Hello, boys and girls. It's Mr. McMahon. I'm at the library today. Of course, to get here, I want you to know I used proper social distancing, and I have a Pirate's Blue Spreckles mask that I wear. But here, I'm all alone, so it's okay. The story I'd like to read to you today is called What's the Time, Grandma Wolf? And it's written and illustrated by Ken Brown. Here's our title page. There's a wolf in the woods, and everyone said, she's big and she's bad. She's old and she's hairy. Best leave her alone. She's mean and she's scary. But we wanted to know, so we crept a little closer. And Piglet, who's brave, shouted, "What's the time, Grandma Wolf?" And she opened her eyes. They were very, very big, and yawned. "It's time I got up." So we crept a bit closer, and Fawn, who's shy, whispered, "What's the time, Grandma Wolf?" And she pricked up her ears. They were very, very big, and said, "It's time I brushed my teeth." So we crept a bit closer, and Crow, who's noisy, squawked, "What's the time, Grandma Wolf?" And she took down a kettle. It was very, very big, and she said, "It's time I scrubbed the stew pot." So we crept a bit closer, and Squirrel, who's sassy, squeaked, "What's the time, Grandma Wolf?" And she fetched a sharp axe. It was very, very big, and said, "It's time to chop the wood." So we crept a bit closer, and Badger, who's bold, barked, "What's the time, Grandma Wolf?" And she picked up 2 pails. They were very, very big, and said, "It's time I fetched some water." So we crept a bit closer, and Duckling, who's silly, quacked, "What's the time, Grandma Wolf?" And she looked down her nose. It was very, very big, and said, "It's time to light the fire." So we crept even closer, and Rabbit, who's reckless, giggled, "What's the time, Grandma Wolf?" "It's dinner time." So we all settled down to a vegetable stew, and old Grandma Wolf, what did she do? She read us our favorite story. And I can show you closer the story that she's reading is Little Red Riding Hood. So there you go, guys. That's What's the Time, Grandma Wolf by Ken Brown. You guys stay safe out there, and I hope I get to see you real soon. I miss you guys.